Hello, hello, good morning everyone. How's your week going? How is your Thursday going? Hello, Viredin and Zixquidedly. Hello, welcome, welcome. I don't have a plan yet what we're gonna do today, but that's the beauty of Quest to Enjoy Shogi, right? Last time we did some practice games of handicap against computer. But somewhat today I don't feel like doing those. Wonder if we could try something new. Rento Cito has worst proletariat in the world. Whoops. Really? Remember not to breathe. It's going well. Tonight I won a game on Shogi Club 24 after my opponent missed that Tsume. Those feel the best. Especially if it's like Tsume in 1 or 3. Oof. Oof, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what we can do today. Didn't decide yet. I remember I wanted to like check out the Joseki, like Gangi, 4-5 Rook. Well, those are longer and acceptable. Especially when they have like 1 or 2 tricky moves in them. And there is Biomi. Especially depending on, I guess, Shogi Club 24 rules. There are different time, right? Sometimes you have like few seconds left. Oh, I wanted to check something before. Sorry, guys. Somebody asked on Reddit, like hints for different, for like shogi games. Like in chess is quite simple, right? In shogi it's not. I was wondering if they answered. But it seems there is no update there. Nothing new. Alright. Chichira noise. Did I walk into Tsume? Seconds later, wait, you missed this move too? Yeah. I just picked 3 random books. How to win against right side king. Why there is Anaguma? I'm terrified. Or in one book, right side for 5 rook, targets, objectives, and how to prevent them. We could try those. Maybe those. Wait, this book is not the one. This was another right side king. This time against Furibisha. Yes, we have those 3 options. Guys have a preference? How to win against X and Aguma? Well, I think it was just because Gote was waiting forever. think you cannot attack? It's funny because it's like gold on 8-8 and then you have 2 silvers next to the golds, which doesn't look like Anaguma at all. But it's like golds, diagonally silver, and silver next to the golds. So it's not really Anaguma, but... You want to enjoy Shogi? Me too! Hello, Justice. For what's worth, Nagase made a right side king against Toyoshima's Anaguma twins for the game of this year Oza Sentai to match. So he made right side king against Anaguma. You're not saying that he made Anaguma against right side king. You're saying the right side king took more moves to make than the Anaguma. I'm just joking around. Quest to enjoy Shogi. Kutes. That's actually almost a swear word in Polish, now that I think of it. Hey guys! Do you wanna have a little bit of mind-breaking moment? I guess it doesn't work, but I was thinking, if you take this T and put it on the back, it's almost like the word quest. But, and it would be funny because it would be quest to enjoy Shogi, but the short of that would be quest. Anyway. I guess we call it, it's almost a swear word. Also, kes, that means something in Spanish, right? Or was it French? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Or something. West, I don't know how to read that word, but west in French is west. So yeah, you are breaking my brain. Yep. Have you played Shogi? Yes. The music is too loud, I feel. Maybe let's lower it here. I'm bored. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Sure. West, nest. Yep. How do you name it? We're just gonna read this book. I don't care, guys. Basic shape. Center standards, I guess. I just realized we didn't actually name it, so it's right, Migi, Shiken, Bisha, or Mickey Mouse. This is how you write Mickey? Mickey Mouse. Mickey. Okay. Mouse. This is how you... Are you serious? Oh, that's German. Okay. I got confused. Mickey Mouse. Okay. Every language has a different way to write it, so it's very confusing. Why is it called Mickey Mouse? Because Migi sounds like Mickey in Polish, so this is why we call it Migi Mouse. Migi Mouse. Alright, let's see, what can we learn? There's 3 pages of introduction. It talks about the merits of the strategy. It shows you a random position. And a random position looks like... Edge pawn pushed. Open. King goes to the boat. The silver goes here. We push those pawns. The rook comes here. The knight is jumping. This side just moved the lance up and we're going for 5 rook. And of course a Mino castle. And the bishop is up. It's center to play, nothing in hands. So that's kind of the basic position, diagram 1. You finally understand Migigaku a little bit, that's great. You have to teach me now. Alright, rule number 1, merit number 1. So because it's silver, silver bishop, silver bishop, knight, rook looks at the same line, it's easy to use 4 pieces in the attack. Very nice thing to have in Shogi, 4 pieces in the attack, yeah? Number 2, very easy to understand how to attack. Well, you're gonna jump with the knight, you're gonna push this pawn. Very simple. Number 3, the attacking power is, or counter-attacking power is very strong. As Sente, it's no, not Sente, this is Senko, which means the initiative. It's good, it's easy to take the initiative and it's easy to keep the lead in a position. So yeah, it's very popular among amateur players, but sometimes dealing with Furibisha might be a problem, so therefore we're gonna talk about this. So what you should be careful about the Furibisha's counter. Number 1, remember the attacking patterns. You have to understand your win conditions, your winning patterns, and you have to avoid the bad ones. So as just like, you have to learn, oh, if I sabaki my rook and they don't, that means I'm better, something like this. You have to have those basic ideas written down in your Joseki memory, yeah? Number 2, well, make sure you don't mistake the order of moves, like when do you put the silver up. Be careful about small differences. So do not allow the enemy to counterattack in unexpected moments, kinda. Yeah, you guys know, like Joseki have an order of moves. If you, for example, play this move before that, they can do ABC. If you play the second move first, they cannot do it. Something like that. Alright, now we have another position where we Kote. And the question is, in that position, if we have this, and I don't know how to flip the board, I really would like to flip the board right now. It's impossible to flip the board, that's sad. But anyway, after we jump... Did you guys see what happened? I was clicking Gote and it clicked starting position. That's so irritating. Oh, sent it. Is it gonna work? Because that's not orientation. We're trying literally to change the order of moves, yeah? Trying to literally change Sente with Gote, which means this side will play one more move. But yeah, maybe it's an easy way to trick the program into thinking that. No problem though. So you see, we have additional moves played here. As opposed, so it's sent it. Don't do it. Sent it to play. And now the question is, for example, they just jumped the knight. Where do we move the bishop? Yeah. That's gonna be a question for defensive side, defender. Well, you can make many castles, you can go quick attack, you can go left side Mino, you can go Anaguma. So, as a general rule, they're dividing the right side rook into left side Mino, Anaguma, and rapid attack. And now we're gonna talk about those. Yeah, so then they show a very similar position, but with gold being here. And the king being here, for example, yeah? So it's almost the same, but again, tiny bit difference which gonna change everything. They just jumped the knight. Again, maybe this time that will be a different move, depending on this bishop's, this silver's position, king position and stuff. Something we wanna learn. Hey Rico, welcome back. Hi. So depending on those three things, we have merits and demerits. So rapid attack. Your attack won't consume many moves. It will be quick. And the attack, which includes this right knight, will be enough. The demerit will be your king shape. Your king will be one step closer to the center as compared to Furibisha. So perhaps a little bit less king safety. So that's rapid attack. Next we have left side Mino, which will be more like this. This is actually tower Mino, so... but something like that. Oh yeah, they say Yonenaga's silver crown is possible. Yonenaga's silver crown is if you go here and put your silver and gold here. The sideways defenses are very strong. It's very solid castle and it's far off the center. The demerit, of course, is that it takes a lot of time to build that shape. In the meantime, Furibisha will be able to create shape that's gonna be appropriate. And it has something to do with edge attack, and I put a question mark because I didn't understand that when I read it the first time. Now that I read it the second time, I was also not sure what they mean. Maybe that the edge is like stronger, somewhat. Then we have Anaguma, which is the most solid one. Of course, it's the furthest away castle. And if you were to exchange rooks or bishops, your castle will be strong against them. The merit is number 1, takes many moves. Number 2, if your opponent puts the silver, they say centes, I'm not sure what do they mean, but if there is silver 5-6, it's difficult to create normal Anaguma. So it can mean either that this silver is blocking those 2 pawn pushes, or it can mean that this silver is putting a pressure. Not sure which one do they mean. 7, 8 gold. Oh yeah, they mean their side. 7, 8 gold and 6, 8 gold. This shape of Anaguma, that's low shape of Anaguma itself, has some demerits to it. They also gonna show the third by rook shape. And they say there's another. So that's the end of the beginner basic shape chapter, kinda. So what did we learn? We learned that the static rook has easy time attacking, has easy time activating right side knight, and has many possible variable options for castles. Depending on your playstyle, you can choose the one you want. And my tea is getting way too black right now. Okay. So far so good, guys? I will stretch a little bit. Alright. Checks out. Good, good. Second chapter. So naturally we start with the easiest stuff, which is the rapid attack. And now is the boring, type all the moves in the line and then see what they're talking about it. So now they're gonna tell you, explain how do you reach that basic position that we saw. This one. So I named this basic shape, but I didn't put the basic shape in the basic shape. Okay, logic. So we're gonna reach this position somehow, safely. 7, 6, 3, 4, 6, 6. Oh, we are swinging rook. Okay. That reminds me, I also wanted to try to train something called blind sumishogi. One day. Wait, I'm confused. 7, 6. Okay, yeah, and I wonder if you guys would also enjoy watching that, but it would lead to like reading Kifu without moving the pieces on the board and then trying to see if you remember the Kifu, but it's like level up after that. Would be an amazing skill to have, basically. Okay, so pawn 6-4 is the moment where we declare that we go for the 4-5 rook, and this side is going for the natural follow-up, right? This move is one part of two strategies you can think of. One is to wait patiently over here, one is to move here, trying to put more pressure. Both of them exist. Sounds like pain? Not really. Let's say I tell you, defender king 5-1, attacker pawn 5-2, sorry, pawn 5-3, gold in hand. Tell me what's the mating line, yeah? Let's enjoy Shogi, yeah! Talking about blind Shogi right now. Oh, maybe just to show you guys how amazing blind Shogi... Gold 99, yeah. Well done. Just to show you how amazing it is. Of course, we're gonna Google Fuji Sensei. So it will need a little bit of explanation. I think I showed you this before, but basically, well, he's putting a blindfold, yeah, on his eyes, and well, there is two other professionals together with him, Lady Pro and 5 down player. And this is the problem, yeah? So they cannot see the problem. And what's going to happen? I think Tanigawa is going to read to them.
攻め方
Yeah, so it works like this.
11K
So he says knight 1-1,
12玉
1 to king, and so on, yeah?
歩25歩34馬攻め方
So he said knight 1-1, king 1-2, pawn 1-3, pawn 2-5, horse 3-4. And now he's saying the attacker side,
32銀
3 to silver,
42飛車
4 to rook,
持ち駒
and pieces in hand,
金金銀
gold, gold, silver. And now they're starting to think. And just to show you, he already solved it, yeah? Just to show you, you did play with Melkor? That's cool if you did. Just to show you that this problem isn't easy. Look at the answer.
じゃあ、藤井さんが手を挙げはったんで、ちょっと答えを、はい。
はい
はい。2三銀打つ。
2三銀打つ。はい。
同馬。
はい。
2一銀歩成。
2一銀歩成。はい。
同玉。
Funari is not promoted, that's why.
1二金。
はい。
3一玉。
はい。
4一金。
はい。
同馬。2二飛車成まで11手詰め。
And he said 11 moves, he calculated it as well.
正解ですね。
はい正解です
Then he got confused, like maybe it's 9, but yeah.
今なんか最後に11手詰めって言ってたような気がするんですけど。
9手詰めです。
9手詰め
And then he corrected himself, it was 9 moves.
まあ数え間違いはご愛嬌ということで、はい。見事に、はい。
It's fine to calculate the moves wrongly, he said. So that kind of skill is amazing to me. It would be cool to train that, basically, yeah. Because he got it, yeah. I don't know if you know, guys, like he's famous for this. So this is every year's famous Sume Shogi Solving Championship, and he like won it many times. Even how many times in a row, I don't even remember. So basically you have 1 hour to solve, I don't remember how many problems. And even like a Shogi Pro would have trouble solving all of them in 1 hour. He solved it in half an hour. All of this correctly. Terrifying. Yeah, he said that he solved a very difficult problem in 13 moves in 1 minute. Or something like that. He's playing with... Yeah, this is around 1 minute. He's already writing the answer, yeah. No, the guy on the back as well, but he's correcting something. Yeah, Fuji is terrifying, guys. But having like being able to solve like mate in one, let's say, in your head, that would be epic, wouldn't it be? I wonder if we had an option to like, let's say, open the main one, and instead of showing the board, you go options, and for example, you put text version. Wouldn't it be cool to have text version instead of the board? You get a defender, attacker, pieces in hand. His very big skills are also amazing indeed. Yes, I don't think I have the Japanese available. I have Shogi Eraser. I don't even know how he did it. Maybe it's harder because I have to flip it in front of camera. No, yep, no, not working. Yep, years of flipping practice as well. All right. Where were we? So yeah, one day we definitely should do that. I'm pretty sure it would be easy to implement though. Like instead of drawing the board, you just I would talk with Jean and try to implement it maybe just for our quest to enjoy shogi. Yeah. Also, yeah, just in case, do not buy erasers just to do that. Don't do that. Guys, don't do that unless it has Fuji face on it, then it would be worth it, but okay, so continuation. We have those two ways. Now continuation, king move, 6 da da da, 3 8 6 2 7 7 3 2, king, gold up, edge pawns. So this is the waiting move again. We coming back to this idea. Generally, we have this as well. If we got it, it will be for free square. So now let's consider what's the difference between those two silvers. Well, we will probably find out soon. For now, we're talking about edge. If you were to attack here without answering the edge, an exchange is happening and pound drop is possible. So the problem with this position and the difference perhaps between 6-7 and 2-8 is that here we took this pawn with silver, right? So now this pawn drop, if we were to take it with the rook, we have this bishop drop, right? That's painful. We're losing the knight, de facto. So if we want to save our knight, we would eagerly take it with gold, but look what happens. This silver is falling. So that's the difference. If we were to have this silver here, the rook would be blocked, right? The rook line would be blocked. The same line wouldn't exist. As pound drop gold takes would allow silver to survive. That's, I assume, what they're trying to say without writing it down, because shogi books only have this much space next to diagram, and this is how it works. I will be back in a second. It turns out we will be able to do the blind thing on Play Shogi. No new comment. Okay. So where were we? So this is, as we said, we have to remember the good and bad shapes and the order of moves. So the order of moves here, you cannot do that this early. This is the first thing we're learning as a static rook as well. You cannot play this when the silver is here. Okay? Now we will have something called variation 1. So I'm just gonna look at it and reconsider how to do it. Variation 1 will go to... Where is variation 2 book? All I see is variation 1. Where is variation 2? Sometimes I hate the way they write those books. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be next chapter. Okay, consider this all one variation. And variation starts here. 4-6 actually. Right, comment just for myself. This is gonna be 1. So, why did we push this pawn? The book doesn't explain yet. Basically, we're waiting. We're gonna play this and this move. Those are waiting moves. So Ibisha is preparing the knight. And here we arrive at the basic shape from the beginning, yeah? So we're waiting for goddess preparation. There is also move 7-5 pawn. But this actually allows them to attack early, like that. For center, it's gonna be enough after pawn 6-5, pawn takes, bishop exchange, silver takes, and bishop of 4-6. It's very severe. It's fightable. Now the other, because this is not perhaps something that Gote would like, it's possible, but maybe not. Instead, we can go for deeper castling with our king here. It's one game as well. All right, so the general shape that we should know is this, waiting moves. The final move will be lance up. And now the question is, are we fine with the goddess attack? So knight comes first. Here we're gonna move the bishop. Where, guys? Where are we going to move the bishop? Just a few seconds for you to consider. For example, this move might look cool, but it actually is a mistake. After pawn push, bishop takes, rook protects. After this move, this is gonna kill the bishop, right? I mean, we could argue that there is this move as well and makes it really complex. But I think in the meantime, this will come in and we're gonna be faster. That's actually a good question. Is this winning for Sente or is it losing for Sente? I need to investigate this. I'm not trusting the book. Not trusting them. I forgot we cannot import the position, right? Frustration. I just realized you can make GIF out of those positions. That's cool. Not like it's useful, but cool. Yeah, it's tiny bit losing. So let's consider pawn push. Shogi animations. Yes, Shogifs. Yeah, exactly. Shogif. Yes, exactly. Let's take pawn. Oh, okay. It actually kills the bishop after you take the pawn and then you drop the pawn. I was thinking, guys, rook here, pawn protects, but pawn drop simply kills the bishop. So we end up having knight for a bishop. What about the lance? We can play. Oh, the bishop actually survives. So I have two questions here. We can play this move, which gives us 2 pieces for 1, but I guess lance take, and rook going here. Yes, okay, that gives advantage to Gote. So here we have this cool move. Pawn takes, bishop takes, and this is knight sabaki, right? We push this pawn to get the lance. They're gonna block our lance, which also the question is why not 9-2, because that kills the bishop again. We don't want to give them a pawn. Then we drop the knight to 2-4 for some reason. 8-4. Eight four, and it returns two things again. It returns to take this pawn by threatening to drop, or allows the lance to take this pawn. Oh, okay. Even simpler. We just kill the lance. And for example, pawn push goes here, takes here, promotes, escapes. Basically, yeah, we sabaki the knight, so it should be better off. After lance takes 9-4. Takes, goes here. I think we just come back in that case because the land you just wasted a lance on the edge. Yeah, 7-3. Just wasted your whole lance, and now I have bishop knight versus your two lances. So how that's working for you? Yeah, it's not working at all. And Fugira, we're just gonna get a pawn next, so it's 3,000 points actually. And for example, takes defense, but then we can make a horse. And clearly winning, right? Before knight drop. Sorry, I drank tea too hastily. Before the knight drop. Here, okay. It's the same idea, right? Probably 6-3 or 8-5 I would also consider. Probably here, and then we can promote this bishop even better. Yeah, 6-3. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's 2,000 points difference, but still winning for Gote. There's also 5-5 knight drop. Yeah, but basically the bishop 7-9 exists in all those variations. So they're considering something like this. 7-7 actually. But the bishop drop exists here. This is gonna be bishop rook exchange. And basically, I mean, look at those two lances. Those are something I call zombie lance. This is something that will be active if you slowly crawl toward your enemy for many moves. But as you know, zombie is a very slow monster, yeah? Thank you, Yellow. If you don't drop them now, would it be 2 pieces for 1? So the problem with 2 pieces for 1, normally you want to exchange bishop for general and a light piece. Here we're losing half of a general, so like a light piece. But on top of that, we are not rewarded by piece activity as a result. And we have no direct usage for those pieces, right? You say if the game slows down and so on. Well, here he's forcing you to use your second lance on the edge. So it's like you just exchanged knight for the bishop. We all agree knight for the bishop is a bad deal, right? And this move is such a powerful move that if you don't do that, they will have rook sabaki advantage. So this is why it's painful. And yeah, the 2 versus 1 doesn't apply because your lances are stuck on the edge. Like, you can have half of my shogi army in the corner. I don't care if I have 3 pieces checkmating your king, right? Or 2 pieces, 3 pieces, yeah? You can have all the material advantage you want as long as it's not useful to you. So that's the case here. Yes, you do have 2 pieces that are potentially promoted, but they're not sabaki. They're not useful at all. The knight is sabaki, yeah? The knight is in best position. Edge attack with singular knight. No effort from the rook and silver knight. No. Here we also have no trouble activating this rook or this bishop. No trouble. We can exchange those 2 pieces. And again, even if you have bishop and knight, that's also not very good. In the end, the game will slow down, but the slowing down of the game actually benefits your opponent. Slow games benefit the material advantage, paradoxically. Because they have time to activate their big pieces, they have time to pressure you, and what will happen is they have 3 big pieces. They will promote, let's imagine, promote those 3 pieces and attack your castle. Your castle consists of 3 pieces, which means you will have to drop a piece in defense. Which means they will have an active bishop and you will have defensive useless knights that's preventing this bishop from attacking. Therefore, that 1 versus 1 exchange will work on their benefit. Does it make sense? The same way the lance here was wasted on the edge, the same way the knight will be wasted on the defense. Because of piece activity difference, because of piece power difference. Yeah. So it's like at this moment, yes, you might be right, but long term, no. Long term, no. All right. So this is the cool analysis we just did for this position. We consider this move, which follows by this bishop dies, and we try this move takes. We continue with pawn push, pawn drop, knight drop. We're just gonna kill the lance. Pretty interesting line. So the bishop is always in danger, yeah? Always in danger from like... How do I do it again? From some pawn drops. That's the main theme of this position. Okay. So this is why we cannot play this move. All right, what else? Miki Gyoku we can study next week. I have 2 books about it. I asked you guys what you preferred and nobody said anything, so I chose what I want. We have static rook and swinging rook, right side king. Both are annoying. I wouldn't mind studying the static rook. I'm quite curious how you break this position, but I looked at the shapes in the book and they don't look, how do we say, convincing. Like, I have a feeling they do attack anyway early, and this is like old style of thinking, this book. So I was wondering if we need like a newer book or study pro games instead. Yeah, right. No, it's about how do you fight Ribisha using right side king. Not the Bogyoku, please stop. Stop. Get some help. What handsome fellow? What are you talking about? Is there a ghost that I'm not seeing or something? I just realized, guys, but do you guys see that this bishop line looks awkward when you zoom out? I cannot zoom out. It's broken now. Ah, it looks awkward. You guys probably don't see. Where were we? All right. So bishop goes down, actually, guys. Pawn push, we go to kill the knight. Pawn takes, we kill the knight. So 6-5 pawn is fine, it says. 6-5 pawn, being this pawn is fine. Without the knight. Okay, so you mean this one. Pawn push, pawn takes. Silver takes, bishop exchange. And here we can sabaki the knight. Sente is enough. So the fact that the knight is here doesn't really help us to attack stronger on this square, right? We have to acknowledge that. The knight being here doesn't support the attack, therefore we have to find a different way of activating this knight, which is on this side. Now they show this line. Targeting. Actually, they showed the exact same line that we studied in the book, which is this one. It's exactly same line they showed here, and they say Sente is struggling here. Yeah, Sente is struggling here. So in the actual position, we see that Sente has a knight advantage. On the other hand, Gote has super pressure on the 6 file. Now the question is, how is this silver gonna help us in this situation? Look at the bottom left corner. I'm confused. Do you mean the lens, or do you mean yourself, or do you mean my left arm? Do you mean? I'm confused. Chat, help me. I'm confused. Oh, you turned. There is Lincoln here. I see you there. I see you there. You should have typed something. Oh, you cannot type something in the chat because I turned it off. I turned it off for that specific reason. La 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 la. All right. Welcome to the spectators, Lincoln. Yes. By the way, guys, do you have any opinion about streaming on YouTube as opposed to Twitch? Is Twitch more fun, you think? Or is it like you don't mind and you're gonna follow me everywhere? Just a quick brainstorming session for you while I input the next moves. You don't mind, we'll watch whenever you stream, wherever. No, it's not possible because when you become an affiliate in Twitch, you actually agree to stream only on Twitch. You can share the video after 24 hours has passed since the stream, but you cannot double stream. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. You also have to pay taxes on it to America. I don't know if you know that Twitch takes half of your subscription fee actually. The good point is, you get pinged when somebody gets active, and then there are those cool options like predictions and gambling and marbles and stuff. Did you try taking a break from Shogi to enjoy it, or is it not an option? Yes. That's literally what I'm doing now by streaming. I used to play professionally in Japan. Now I'm back in Europe taking a break, technically speaking. Yeah, anyway, considering those options, it's something I'm thinking about because, yeah, from moral point of view, also like Twitch allows certain streamers to be when it shouldn't be considered streaming, but something else. Not sure if like taking more serious thought about it is appropriate. Play Tori Shogi? Where do you play Tori Shogi though? I mean, I played some chess to take a break as well, but... Wait, where were we? 6, 8. We just took the knight, I think. If we were to ignore this move, and I guess ignore this move, Well, talking is great. Sente wins. Gote has nothing in exchange of losing the knight. Therefore, taking is a calm, good move. We're taking this pawn. Sente actually has trouble finding another move here. Next, Gote is threatening slowly developing the silver. Sente has no way to activate their pieces forward. Yeah, like the bishop, rook are blocked. Silver has like nowhere to go. Waiting moves are not good either. Once Gote establishes this point, it would be really good for them. So, trying to block the bishop. Trying to counter. Fighting move. Question is, how do we counter this move? And here is an amazing Joseki Tetsuji, which is bishop sacrifice. Well, with Twitch taking more shares of the profit recently, maybe other platforms could be more viable, yeah. Become, yeah. I think, you know, if I stream actively on YouTube, maybe it gives more views. And the I just think doesn't work. And then you get easier the monetization. Give me English keyboard. You have to add W. Oh my, how does this work? Chess variants. Did I finish my thought about the YouTube? That getting more visibility, which means the channel is bigger, which means it get bigger, and more people will click on it. You know, that's generally a good thing. That was what I was thinking about. Click Shogi variants. This is chess variant. Did I click chess variant? Go back. Shogi variant. Okay. Hori Shogi. Confrontational 7-7 variant with unique pieces, each names after different birds. Tips. Reading the rules are necessary to understand the movement before playing. Do we give up on this? Guys, let's make a deal. I'm gonna finish this chapter because there's like 4 pages left, and then we're gonna try the variants, okay? Let's finish one thing first. Take drops. Tsugini. Okay, so the problem for us currently is after we drop the knight, they threaten pawn push to kill the knight. If we develop our silver slowly, they threaten both this and this. Sente has no confidence. So, we have to go strongly. If they were to also drop the pawn, then we're gonna take, take, which is problematic because we are one move faster. In case you take, we have a rook drop. Something like that. And this would be better for Sente. Or just a fight, yeah. Hard to tell for me at a glance. I guess we have a strongly positioned rook, so it's a little bit better for us. We can eat the silver next, right? So this is why static rook cannot choose this path. You have to take it with the gold. Rook takes, the gold is pinned. Pawn drop to protect. Here the rook is hanging, actually. By the way, before that we have also rook escape option. Then we lose the silver, but also we lose the rook. So that's not acceptable. Cortex is the only move. Sente's attack is stopped here. They retake. Our rook is now under attack, so we have to block it. Silver is pawn push, go back. And there is this nasty fork. So once we get pushed back like this, it's not acceptable. So it has to be gold, which by the way looks horrible. And here it's important for static rook to do something, because if you wait too long, they're gonna come back. Center will come back from behind, and it's equal again. So in this case, yellow, we exchange bishop for 2 generals, and we have active knight, possibly active rook and gold. So this is much different from what we had before, yeah? Yeah, so basically, because you don't have clear advantage in that line that we showed before yellow, static rook shouldn't choose it. It wasn't good enough for them. It's not like one side is bad, it just wasn't good enough, let's say. So they have to do something as the left side gets activated and the piece advantage is happening. So again, we have to speed up the game instead. And, you know, exchange happens, the rook drop happens. And here, finally, the edge attack would happen. What's more important, this gold is useless. As a result, Sente has no confidence at all. As a result, so this silver, perhaps let's write it down. Silver 7-8 is a good move to protect against early pawn 6-5, but it fails against knight 8-5. So that's like Sente has no confidence. It's what's the conclusion of this chapter. The next time, if we're gonna read this, we're gonna do 6-7 silver going to 5-6, a continuation. Yeah, I mean, it's not proper, it's still losing. Because this gold was so horrible, yeah? The 5-5 gold, like just the look of it looks wrong, yeah? Because this gold won't help us attack. Again, a wasted piece in the defense, right? In this case, it's wasted to force the rook sabaki. We tried to use it to calm down the situation, but 6-5 pawn being huge. Actually, no, we could argue what happens if we go back and so on. Like, doesn't seem easy. Just for my own satisfaction, let's check it out as the last practice from this chapter. Welcome back, Melkor. We're gonna try some Shogi variants after this. Yeah, the computer gives 6-9 rook, yeah? It's much better. Knight 3-6-6. Oh yeah, okay, that's actually what they mentioned in the book as well, but in different variation. Yeah, this one. Yeah, okay, so the piece disadvantage becomes bigger. I think it's still a close fight. If it's only 200 points, it's still very close. It's just that book doesn't recommend this specific line. If we were ambitious, I could have taken this, checked with my computer for the pro games with this position to see if anybody played it. In fact, is there a button to do it here? Opening Explorer or something? Yeah, so here computer doesn't like it. Oh, I think computer might be disagreeing with the book a little bit of around this moment. Yeah. All right, let's add it to our study. No. Yes. Okay. I got rid of it. Knight 7/7. 241%. That's interesting, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. This is why it's frustrating. I'm gonna be honest. This is why it's frustrating. Like, you read a book, you expect it to be explaining stuff, you believe it, and then turns out like, nope. Like, computers are like, nope. Okay, equal, let's say. Yeah, it was. It's it actually has a whole diagram at the end explaining the whole book in form of moves instead of words. Which year? Okay, which year? Concentrate. 2017. So it's not this old. It's just like maybe for the to make the book easier to like explain why this is not played anymore. Like they just showed a bad variation. Sometimes it happens. They're trying to write a book that follows their theory kind of. Yeah, we shouldn't take anything. This is why I think it's good to like use tool to study yourself. So just to my mouse is broken. Okay, it's fixed. So let's say this was played because we established that knight is dying and we didn't like it, but seems fine. Takes, found 5/5 is computer recommendation actually. It's so interesting actually. Once we reach that equal position, this is so interesting. Let's say bishop takes, yeah. Like the most human move. Yeah, so fun fact, like this knight drop still exists. That's like the main thing for static rook, I guess. Maybe humanly speaking, this position isn't like comfortable because of the bishop draw forking the rook and the gold. Let's say, yeah, maybe this is why we don't like it. But Sente is actually better here for some reason. Maybe it's a good training practice eventually. Take this position and see what exactly Sente can do. Like 4-5 cards, yeah. Stuff like this. Quite interesting. You might even say enjoyable. Yes, I might even say that. All right. Tori Shogi, guys. Tori Shogi. So if you like this type of study, tell me on the Discord. I'd be happy to get your input so that we know what we do next time. We could continue, or this looks like Twitter. I'm sorry. This looks like Twitter icon. This bird here. Or if you want to prefer Miki Gyoku, we could do that next time. Always appreciate your feedback. Tori Shogi. Tori Shogi. Tori Shogi. Japanese. I thought it's written like this, but sure. Japanese for bird chess shogi is a, well, shogi is translated to shogi, not chess. So I would have to disagree with this translation, but sure. Is a shogi variant invented by Toyota Genryu in 1799, although traditionally attributed to his master Ohashi Sohei. I think Ohashi Sohei is written by H in his name. No. Is it a different guy? Maybe it's a different guy. Sohei actually means Japanese warrior monk. I didn't know that. Okay, maybe it's a different thing. The game is played on 7x7 board and is one of the oldest shogi variants to use the drop rule. The player enjoys a relative degree of popularity to this day, including English language books and tournament. Wait, what? The game enjoys a relative degree of popularity to this day, including English language books. I'm educating myself. Excuse me, I'm educating myself. Who are those people? I guess this is not an Australian swimmer. This comprehensive volume describes the history, strategies, and openings for one of the most exciting and challenging Japanese variants of chess. Please don't translate shogi as Japanese variants of chess. Please. Shogi is not a variant of chess. Shogi is a variant of chaturanga, and chess is a variant of chaturanga, but one doesn't relate to other directly. Not a variant of chess. Please don't translate it as variant of chess. Featuring unique parallel analysis for learning the game through the eyes of approach of Miyamoto Musashi. Through the eyes of Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi and Tori Shogi has something in connection? Yeah, I know that I'm roasting, but I'm like quite intrigued as well. How do I download it? No, thank you. I was like, are you trying to force me to read this small thing? Okay. How does it work? Do I click? Oh god. Okay. Game board diagrams were generated using Steve Evans' Shogi variant software program. Something I have to find out. No. Steve Evans Shogi variants. Shogi var. Okay, I recognize those diagrams. All right. I didn't know it's named like this. Okay. Introduction, Miyamoto Musashi. Okay. I first became interested in shogi in about 1966 when my judo instructor returned from trip to Japan with a shogi set and an address in the UK where the sets could be bought from George Hodges. Okay, I return all the honor. Over 25 years or so, my interest waxed and waned according to the other things I was doing. In about 92, which I was 1 year old, I managed to exert myself to the extent of creating an experimental shogi web page. The internet and the wide world web were both pretty new at the time. While doing this, I became aware of the existence of shogi variants, including Tori Shogi. And surprise, surprise, George Hodges had a sent and descriptive brochure for sale. I bought them both. Now, having a board in pieces and a set of rules isn't much help in learning about a completely unfamiliar board game which is played by only a few people, but the equipment languished on shelf for 20 years until suddenly Dave and Bill produced this wonderful little book at the time when I had both the time and inclination to look at the game in more detail. Here in the space in about 100 pages is a complete description of the game, introduction to strategy, Roger Hare. Yeah, okay, Roger. Yum, 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 yum. We'll explain it in a unique manner, borrowing the approach and framework of the Miyamoto's Musashi, the Book of Five Rings. This is crazy. Tori is bird, or the pieces are named after birds, such as eagle, falcon, and swallow. Tori Shogi is played on 7-7 board, with 16 pieces per side. Note, in previous paragraph, Tori was displayed in italics. Okay. Sword Saints. Well, I have a whole comic about Miyamoto Musashi. This is why I'm kind of laughing. It's called Vagabond. Never heard about that comic. It's about Miyamoto Musashi. Okay. For chess player, for shogi player. Okay. Readily mentioned in Musashi quote above is adaptation, a core element of Tori Shogi. Fixation on any standard openings in Tori Shogi simply does not exist. There is conflict from the beginning and each player must adapt immediately. Which doesn't necessarily negate the fact that there is Joseki, which is the same thing that happens in Dobutsu Shogi. But I guess we do have to have adaptation. The Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, and Void book. That's crazy. Okay. From Marco Polo to Tori Shogi. What? Wait, that's all? Did I skip the whole book, or is it? You said 100 pages. Where is the 100 pages? Where is the 100 pages? Is it like they started writing the book and they never finished, or is it like they don't show the whole book on this page? Because I didn't even learn the rules yet. Oh, it's a preview. Okay. I mean, it's interesting. Okay, but we didn't learn how it works, but we learned there are some books about Tori Shogi. Cool. Back to where we were. Tori Shogi rules are very similar to Shogi, so we will break it down to rule that Let me close all the pages so that I don't get distracted. To break down the rules are the same and the rules are different, the goal is to checkmate the opposing player Phoenix, which is essentially the king. Phoenix. Okay, this is Phoenix. And that is Phoenix. Okay. But Phoenix doesn't die, so why would too much thinking. Drops. Do you guys see the text? I don't know. Capture pieces can be dropped, illegal drops. Following drops are illegal. Dropped swallows, but I don't know what is the swallow. I assume those are the small birds. Those are swallows. Swallows cannot immediately mate, so this is pound drop mate. A swallow equivalent pound cannot be dropped to, okay, knee swallow, double swallow is illegal. And you cannot drop it on the last rank. Okay. So I guess swallow is the only piece that goes forward in that case. Promotion, certain pieces, but I don't know how they move yet. Certain pieces can promote. This can happen either moving, not dropping into promotions, or moving the promotion. Okay, same in Shogi. Only 2 pieces promote. Promotions are compulsory. Compulsory means you have to, right? The rule of repetition says the repetition leads to draw in Shogi, but what about Tori Shogi? The player starting the sequence must vary the move, so you cannot make a draw? A repetition draw? Yeah, it says must vary the move, but so basically there is no senjite. Yeah, okay. So you have to avoid senjite as it's illegal, let's say, yeah? If we cannot play it the 4th time, okay, makes sense. Stalemate is a loss for players who cannot move. Okay. Not this technically isn't an actual rule. Okay, so it's not a draw. So there's no draw. It's no draw. Sentegote. In Paicha, Sentegote guns was black and white. Black wings. Okay, nice. Timer. Yoyomi. Intro to pieces. Okay, here we go. This bird isn't on this set. I'm very confused right now. Okay, all Tori Shogi pieces except 2 are new, and learning them may be daunting for new players. This guide will draw to simplify this as much as possible. For starters, we'll use an internationalized set. The symbols used in the international set are unique. It's a mnemonic device. Okay, how does it work? A fake bird. Okay. Well, so it would go up, sides, diagonally backwards. Okay. 2 pieces of... Wait. I don't want to learn this piece because it's fake. 2 pieces are very straightforward as they are just named versions of the king and pawns for shogi. The rest of the pieces are all unique. Okay, so pawns and king is the same, so the swallows and the phoenix. And then we divide the new pieces into 2 main patterns. Pieces that move like a king and pieces that resemble white shape. Okay. And only 2 pieces can promote. The weakest piece in the game promotes to a very weak piece. Okay, they just get upgraded, yeah? Wait, weakest piece becomes even weaker? While the strongest promotes into far stronger piece. Those 2 pieces will be discussed last because they fall into Y shape. Okay. Finally, okay, those are two pieces without mnemonic. Is a bird. Okay, Phoenix, king. Moves like king, swallow moves like pawn. Captures the same way. Alright. So it looks upwards and the phoenix is just fireball. So it's promotable actually, and it promotes to goose. Because swallow and goose are the same type of bird. Okay. What do you mean throne? You mean he made a mistake, right? King-like pieces. Oh my god, this king with demon wings is my nightmare right now. It's like this is a shogi piece, and yet it uses the chess king to describe something, and it has demon wings. This is terrifying. He made another one. Well, I mean, they move like king, and then they have some differences. Okay, so they're like, I would say general-like, but not like king, but sure. Look at the blind spot. So they say like king minus. I don't like to explain shogi generals as king and minus. I prefer to explain the shape of the movement, but sure. Let's see. So we have Falcon, which is a two shogi piece. So it just flies around, but let's say his tail is a weakness. Yeah, cool. Most powerful unpromoted piece. Crane. Wait, Falcon is the other promotable pieces. Promotes to eagle. Okay, so we have goose and eagle. Falcon becomes eagle. Swallow becomes goose. All right, crane. Crane. Okay, so it's like crane, so it goes like this and like this. So it has a thick head that goes this and this, but it has trouble turning or something. Sure. Yes, very mnemonic, I guess. Okay, this and this. All right. Mnemotechnic. Mnemonic. Very strong piece. The weakness, the sides, yeah, because you just cut the legs and it's dies. So wait, there's only so much explanation and there's only 3 pieces that move like king. Okay, sure. I see. So it's king with bird wings, but it's terrifying still. All right, Y-shaped pieces. There's 3 of them. The main feature of this piece is that their move patterns resembles the downward Y. Okay. Like the stick where you hold on the desert and search for the water. One is weak and can jump, like a chestnut. The other is stronger and a landing piece. Okay, just explain them. Peasant. How do they say that? Pheasant? Pheasant? Peasant? Kiji moves either one square diagonally backwards. It can jump. Okay, so it's like a big jump in Go, like a Okeima. Big knight jump in Go. He has a cuckoo on his mind. He's crazy bird. Okay. No, I just like roasting stuff. I mean, if I would reread my own shogi tutorial, I would probably roast everything as well. I just like, I don't know if it's perfectionism or just the fact I know what a beginner will be confused with and I like to point it out. Or I'm just a nasty person, one or the other. Or I just say what comes to mind first, which could be the definition of a nasty person as well. Anyway, for your information. I'm sorry, but this is funny. The red circle above the pheasant is a rising sun. The green pheasant reflects the national bird of Japan. Okay. I didn't know that. raising sun. Okay, that makes sense. It's like raising in the air as well. Okay, quails, left and right. It's funny that quails have directions. All right, Uzura, start at the corner of the board. At least I'm learning new names for the birds. Starts in the corner of the board and two separate pieces called left and right quail. Their movement are mirror images of each other. Both quails can move any number of squares forward, like rook and lance. Okay. So as long they don't look backward, they're very movable. Yeah, if they go boom and boom, but if they have to go back on its tail, it's only one square. Gotcha. Okay. Tight with Falcon. They're very strong, but they cannot promote. Okay. Kindly said. Oh, great. You're using international pieces, but you're also using the kanji above it. Unless... No. Okay, it's only this one. Gotcha. Never mind. It's international. It's international because the direction of the bird, actually. Gotcha. Giving back the honor. Why shade from what? Okay, I'm confused. So we have so far, we have swallows and phoenix. It moves like king. Then, by the way, how did the drunken elephant? How did it move? Yeah, it's drunk elephant. Haha. Okay, falcon is drunk elephant. And maybe this is why it was also in Shogi? Question mark. You're dying at the current pictures. Roasting stuff is fun, only problem is the person you're roasting might get to dislike you. Yeah, I mean, I'm reading what they wrote. That's good enough, right? By the way, this is double quail. I thought it's illegal. This has quail on top of quail. Sorry, swallow on top of swallow. That should be illegal. I mean, Coach Tomato does a great job, honestly. Wait, triple? The heck? Oh! Oh! I completely misunderstood this rule. Okay, so it's sun swallow, sunfu. All right. Jeez, that makes it complex. All right. So those cranes move up and down. Peasant jumps here and here, and this guy just boom and boom. All right. So the promotions. But where is the promotion zone? We don't know where is the promotion zone yet, right? Where is the promotion zone? Where is the promotion zone? Where is the promotion zone? Okay, here. The promotion zone is the last two ranks of the board. All right, I would start with that sentence in a picture. Two last ranks of the board. So it's this. So it's where the falcon is, basically, behind the swallows. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Get ready for trifu. I love the word trifu. Let's go with trifu. Okay. One is weak and finally the last two pieces are the two promoted pieces. I just don't understand why the goose has an egg or something. Is that an egg? A golden egg? That's what it is? It looks like a stork bringing the baby. Anyway, I assume that's an egg. Okay. One is weak and can jump like chest knight. My friend, this movement over here is far away from a chest knight. The other one is stronger and is a ranging piece. It can move as many steps as it wants in that direction. Okay, goose. Kari, wild goose. It's promoted form of swallows. It can jump exactly 2 spaces diagonally forward or exactly 2 spaces backward. Because of its unique pattern, the goose can reach a very limited number of spaces on the board. 1/4. Okay, that's very difficult to understand at the first glance. Also, if the goose is here, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. It means if it's like here, it can move only to 1 square. That's terrifying. And also, if you promote it here, it can move only backward. It's a very weird piece. And we didn't arrive at the drop rule yet. Okay, cool. But okay, it's like a knight, sure. Diagonal knight. Does the egg, the wings show us the movement, kinda cool. I guess it's dropping the egg. Boom. All right. Eagle. Mountain hawk eagle. Kumataka. Bear hawk. It's not, but it sounds like the one. Our simple eagle is promoted form of falcon. It moves. So falcon was a drunken elephant. It has 3 components. Oh god. It ranges in Y shapes. Winged tail. Okay, so it's like quail. Yeah, it's like double quail in one. It can move like a king. It can move like a king, one step in a square. This technically makes a Y shape and king-like piece, but the Y shape is dominant part of this piece. Okay, it just moves all the squares around it, yeah. Finally, it can also move 2 squares diagonally, indicated by the talons. This is not a jumping move, it can be blocked. Okay, then it should be drawn as an arrow, I believe. This is far the stronger piece. Do we have a piece that moves in similar way? Quail was only 1 square, yeah? Peasant was only 1 square. No, falcon is like the only one that can move twice backward, yeah? So technically the shape of the, like if you connect those wings together in the head and the body and the legs, this shape of movement looks like falcon itself or eagle itself. Well, but for my brain, it indicates jumping. If it can be blocked, I think. Yeah, if it's infinite, then I'm not gonna argue. It just looks like jumping to me. Okay, there's notation, which we're gonna completely ignore. Strategy, okay, values. Swallow is 1. Pheasant is 3. Crane is 6. Pheasant is like a knight. Crane is like a silver general. Quail falcons are like gold quails, which are lances technically. They're stronger. Swallow promotes, but isn't like talking. It's only 2. And then falcon promoting to eagle. Wow. Okay, we definitely want an eagle then. Pieces are worth slightly less in hand. That's surprising. Reasonable penning moves. We're gonna skip it. I want to figure it out myself. All right. Wait, did we have explanation for drops at all? Can we drop and promote? That's my question. Okay, anyway, how do you play it? How do you actually play it? Shogi variant, story, play with AI. Okay, Uchifuze makes Riga. So we are the first move, I think. Oh god. So this guy moves like this. This guy moves like the Y shape. This guy protects everything around him. These guys protect here, and we want to capture this guy. Okay. No idea what would be a nice opening move. What if I try to move my crane upwards? I have no idea. How can I break this position? Wait, so there's triple pawn drop rule, right? If I move this, this guy is going to die. That's interesting. So I'm gonna move it here. Oh god. Okay. I can take this. This guy cannot move backward now. That's terrifying. Wait a moment. He cannot move. Oh no, he can move here. Okay, never mind. So the computer likes to take stuff, and we have to promote. Okay. This guy only moves one square, if I remember. I'm happy that he played this move. That means my move wasn't the worst. Where do we go next? This guy moves infinite, right? But it cannot move backwards. So if we're able to drop a piece here, we would be able to promote it, but it's not a token. It's useless double jumping thing. It was called goose. I don't find those useful. So we want to promote our falcon somehow. So we can have 3 swallows in a row. No, we can have 2 swallows in a row. So I would like to drop my swallow here, actually. I can't stop it. Wait, this promotes, but it's not a check. This is so stupid. I just had an idea of piece. I know, but me understanding that it's not the best move is an understanding, right? Okay, we can pressure them. This guy moved here, right? So I just got a whole falcon, and if I drop this guy here and promote, I win. Oh, it will show Uchifuzume as... Okay, I will be careful. Well, since Falcon moves like a gold, using it to checkmate seems like an easy thing. The other pieces don't promote. Well, the swallow, not swallow, what's the name of this piece? Crane is like a silver, but better. This piece, those pieces, this guy I don't want to touch even. This is so weird. All right, do we go make it harder? 4. So he really liked to take those pawns for some reason. I'm afraid of playing you yet. Let me remember. This piece moves like this, yeah? Oh, so it changed and now it attacks this. That's confusing. It's going to die, right? Oh, shoot. It wasn't protected. Which one was more valuable? Pheasant, crane. Crane was 6 and the pheasant was 3 actually. Okay, that's not the best exchange. Did my falcon just die? That's interesting shape. So if I drop my falcon here, falcon, it will have to move to promote, right? Then it moved like something like Y shape, yeah? I mean, I think I'm dying, but I think if I move this here, it's gonna protect this square at least, right? Yeah. Now it moves like weirdly, right? This, not twice on, what was it? This. Backwards and around and here. Anyway, we're gonna die. I mean, I know it's gonna checkmate me, but oh, that's cool. Nice. You're dying? Why? I mean, we can play, but like... first of all, I don't have account. Second of all, I don't know if it's gonna additionally. I guess you can explain what you're doing so that it's anyway. If anybody wanna play. Um, oh, the one with the skeleton. You can't move it. Actually, there's a piece called Prince that like promotes to a king, but you can move it normally in. Not sure if it was Shogi or some other variant. So I can take this, you take, and I drop. Who's gonna be forced to change the move? I forgot you can go diagonally. Oh yeah, maybe I should. Wait, I thought. How am I stupid? I thought you dropped a swallow, but you jumped the peasant. I kinda mistook those two pieces together. I mean, it's fine, it's just that my brain didn't realize. I thought you dropped one here, but you actually moved this one. I'm confused because this shows left quail, so it means I took the left quail of his, but it was right. It's like upside down, it's very confusing. Hello. No, it's bird shogi, which I know there is duck is a bird, but there are no ducks in this game. Not sure if the ducks like existed in those time in Japan. That's a good question, actually. Thanks for the game. So this move kind of gave me a turn, no? Like we came back to the same position, but I'm playing two moves. Then IPM mistook this piece with swallow. Not like it's gonna change anything. I thought you could take here. Because this is protected, right? But then I could take it, which puts a nice pressure on that file. Here I think I could have killed one of your pieces if I drop this. But then your quail is very strong, so here I got piece advantage. And here even more. Here even more. Just some... No. It was very Interesting. Thank you for playing, Brasse. I mean, it's much better than playing against like computer that just destroys you. We had a nice game, I think. I'm not sure, like this Falcon over here looks very strong. You showed me. You also showed me that you didn't take those pawns, maybe for the same reason. Then I really liked your activation of this pheasants. I learned from you as well. And yeah, I figured out myself that maybe I can activate my quail same way you did here. Interesting. Which piece? You protected in days. What do you mean, Melkor? So this one cannot be taken because this one is protecting it. But if we are to take this pawn and drop it here, that almost killed the pheasant. You could go back. I guess it survives. A bird in a hand is worth 2 on the board, yeah. The one you showed a while ago. You mean this one? I could have. But then take, and this quail is strong. That's what I was talking about. Unless you mean different variation. I don't have any more swallows. Maybe I can drop a crane here to block the quail, because I assume quail is like 6 points, was it? No, 7. 6, 4, 7. But then my peasant is like in weird spot. It's dying basically. Yeah, guys, know the other one. I have no idea which position you're talking about. Move 11. Here. I said about taking it, right? Let's move 10. So here is 11th. Couldn't you take... Yeah, I don't know. This one, you mean? You would have to explain to me which square. This is the notation. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for some reason it's here 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can tell me which move you had on mind, Melkor, using those. So this one is attacking without any consequence. Piece on 4-2. 4-2. Falcon? Or do you mean 4-2, this one? 2-4. Okay, 2-4. That's the swallow, yeah? Now the one on the right he takes. Previous move. The one on the right he takes. You said they protected it, so they win it. But you protected it twice. Oh, here. Oh, I see. This one. I said it's you win the pawn, but actually it is protected twice. That's true. That's true. But then there is this tactic where you can put this one here. And then drop here first. And then win it back. But yeah, it's a little bit different in that case. I mean, the Falcon is getting on the 5th row, which I assume is like a silver gold. So being on the 5th row, I guess, 4th row, I guess, this case. This is smaller board on the 4th row, that's a good position. Because it's closer to promotion zone, yeah. Then all we have to do is kill this guy somehow by pushing this pawn. Maybe exchange it. Breakthrough. Like this looks like a good Vanguard pawn. Vanguard swallow. Yeah, I'm just applying the shogi tactics that I know of. I don't know how well they translate, but this looked good, yeah. I mean, crane, yeah, peasant is free, right? Yes, I cannot exchange this for this. I have to take. And then taking my crane would be nice position going, attacking your falcon. So you have to move it first to put pressure. And then I could retreat or take. I retreat toward the center because that looks better. But instead of retaking, which would calm down the position, I think you can play in between move. And then retake. And then both of your pieces are closer. And then just siege attack. That's my shogi feeling. I don't know if it's like working in this game particularly. But that's just my feeling. There are not many pieces that can move backwards, are they? Just the crane. Crane is the only piece that moves backward, actually. So if you manage to get a crane in hand, you basically win a piece. Ah, no, this guy is protecting. This guy is a good move. I like this move. Yeah, I don't think I will try Chushogi. Chushogi is... Remember how long it took us to read those rules. Now remember learning Chushogi. Imagine we're learning that. That's way too complex. Shinobi. Did you guys cooperate with Tom Blunt? He makes his own variation of game. I think it would fit well on this variation page. He cooperates with you guys. I think it would be nice mix what's playable on this site. I guess his game isn't finished yet, but I see, unbalanced. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for the game and showing me Tori Shogi. It was another enjoyable part of Shogi, so hey, quest to enjoy Shogi, mission accomplished. We learned a little bit of new Joseki today, which will require more study. I believe looking at this diagram, the book wasn't playing the most appropriate moves at times. For example, this one doesn't seem to be the best and so on, but this diagram isn't also the perfect one. So might need more study. And yeah, I will think about the blind shogi thing for the next week. Noches. How did I open that page that had all the games on the side? Okay, magic. I would prefer this to be on here all the times. It would be easier to see them all. I don't see anything called New Army. Unless you mean those. Above Shinobi. Shinobi, Sinoches, okay. Yeah, when you say New Army, I expect this called to be New Army, but it was Sinoches. Oh god. No, thank you. The fact that you don't limit the king to the square, oh my god. This looks terrifying because you don't have enough pawns. And they probably move differently as well. And those pawns, they connect in chains, and it's powerful. Those elephants are kind of weak. They jump every second square. The knight can get blocked, I assume. Maybe they don't get blocked anymore. I'm not satisfied. And also the question is, do they have queen? Do they have something to oppose the queen? Anyway. They have been buffed. Okay, okay. So it's not Shang-Chi anymore. Like, advisor. Yeah, but I think queen is such a powerful piece in general. I don't want to think. My brain is broken already. Cannon isn't strong enough. Queen can stand in front of cannon and cannon do nothing, yeah? I think Shogi Lifestyle is streaming right now. We can rate him. Next time I will see you guys on Saturday, I think. And then Sunday when we have to do lots of kifus because we have some unfinished from last week. So I think maybe we can even do longer stream or add another stream somewhere during the week. You have a question, is there a way we've got to avoid one to remove loss? What? Is there a way for us got to avoid one turn move loss as Aiga Kari in Yokovdori without playing one turn move loss Kakagawari? What? I'm confused because you're saying avoiding certain opening by playing a different opening. So I have no idea what you mean. Yeah, you would have to show me the Kifu. It sounds very confusing. Oh, I have to do pairings today too. Yeah. Just show me the Kifu quickly and we're gonna... Okay, what is Shogi Lifestyle doing? Some handicap study. 2-piece handicap. Melkor, do you have the Kifu or do we do it another time? Melkor. Melkor. I mean, you can always play Yagura. If they open rook line, they open rook line, that's Agakari. If you open rook line, they open bishop line, they open bishop line, and you're saying you cannot play bishop exchange. That's one move bishop exchange. I mean, you can go for Gangi or Yagura. So this perhaps leads to Yokofudori, yeah? Or bishop exchange, right? And then there is this weird one. So you don't want to play bishop exchange as well? Melkor, nothing is easy. Being Gote is not easy, let's say that. Being Gote is not easy to begin with. I mean, you can play bishop exchange. You cannot avoid all the openings. Sente has the initiative, Sente decides some of the opening moves, right? Bishop 3-3 is an option apparently. It leads to some weird stuff. Well, basically, thank you, Keith Z, for 5 months. You have to choose something you want. Like, you cannot say, oh, I don't want this opening, that opening, something opening. You have to choose something. Like here, Aigakari, yeah? Unavoidable. If you don't like that... I mean, there are tricky moves like this as well. This is Aigakari, yeah? And you don't want this. You don't want this. So instead of pushing the rook, you open the bishop, let's say. This normally turns into Yagura. If they do this, right? Or Gangi. If you don't want bishop exchange, that would turn into one of those. A good book for Aigakari is Better Moves for Better Shogi by Ono. They talk about the basic shapes. I mean, yeah, hard to master is everything. Gokigen, I mean, it's good. I got Akari. Double attack. And this turned into Gangi, for example, yeah? So it's not like... And suddenly Adaguma. Anyway, this is like endgame. Yeah? Well, I don't really need basics on like Gakari, honestly, but becoming really good at it and really knowing what you're doing is something I fail at so far. You know that you need basics to get advanced stuff, right? So to become really good, you need basics. You know that, right? Unless you mean you don't need it because you know the basics. Well, this is why Aono's book like explains like middle game ideas, how to activate pieces. But becoming really good at certain opening, I would like as well. Tell me how to do this magically and I'll be really happy. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of study, a lot of playing. I cannot tell you, oh, you play this and you always win. That doesn't exist in Shogi, yeah? The opponent will always come up with new ideas and you will struggle against those. Every Joseki is a little bit different. Every person plays a little bit differently. It's just good to know the strengths of the openings and the weakness of openings, and this is what basics teaches you, and then you apply it accordingly, because there is this small change. You know that the weakness shifts a little bit to a different place, and therefore you have to come up with a new way to deal with it. But you need those basics to have some idea of where you want to go and where the opponent want to go. Well, machines technically say it's static rook, but hey. Yeah, I mean, tactics are like the bone of a shogi game. Like, you need to have tactics, you need to know the checkmates. You can play the best opening ever, you can win the rook, the bishop, whatever. But if you're not able to use it to your advantage and translate it to an endgame advantage, you're gonna lose, right? This is why we always say start with endgame puzzles, start with tactics. Because practically speaking, that gives you the best chances to win. But Melkor is higher rated player, he has those tactics, he has those endgames. So he starts being concerned with openings. And the trick with openings is, in endgame, you can master the endgame. You can play the best move always, like in endgame, and then you win all the games. Problem with the opening, there is no such a thing as the best move. Every move in opening you're playing should be good enough. Yeah, it should be good move, not bad move. And that should be enough to survive until middle game, where tactics become stronger, and end game where hopefully you're like master at it already. An opening should be good enough. This is why in many shogi books you have like, oh yeah, both sides have equal fighting chances. That's enough usually. That means you survived. You don't have to like have super advantage after opening. Also, you cannot give super advantage to your enemy, yeah? So basically in the opening we learn how to keep the balance and how to utilize the chances that you might get, like shogi traps, like not falling for those traps. Yeah. So it's not like this magical trick lets you get 500 points. That doesn't exist, yeah? Both sides have equal chances. And then this is why we're talking like, oh, both sides should have equally strong castles, or the distance of the king to the center should be about equal. Because later, that translates to advantage in the middle endgame. Those are the things you take care about in the opening. You prepare the endgame, kinda. You don't make weakness, because in middle game, suddenly they can use it against you. You make sure your pieces are active, because in middle game you can sabaki them. The middle game is de facto preparation, not winning phase. It's the preparation phase for a reason, yeah? course, this is why Yoko Fudori, guys, this is why Yoko Fudori is crazy. Because there's no preparation phase, there's no middle game, you're suddenly in endgame. Just like this. Everything you learned about the opening, about the middle game stops working in Yoko Fudori. This is why it's fun for chess players, because you don't need to have the particular knowledge of castles or whatever. But the worst part of Yoko Fudori is, if you don't play sharp enough move, you're gonna die. So you need to know the Joseki. You need to have the basics. The basics of Yoko Fudori are not the opening basics. Those are like what they wanna do, what you should defend against. More practical type of tactics. Because it's endgame, middle game, yeah? Maybe not even middle game, just endgame. Pure endgame. Yeah, but that means you just need to gain more experience, Melkor. So yeah, when you study the openings, make sure you understand what traps there are, how you can prevent them, which castle you should apply, how does the fight begin, and how to make that fight equal. So for example, today we learned about the 4-5 rook. We learned about the castling. The 4-5 rook is like very nice strategy because it's balanced. There are not many traps. This is why it's so easy to learn as a beginner. And the development is quite easy. Attacking pieces here, defensive here. It's quite easy. Same for Ibisha. Defense, attack. Those strategies are rather quickly to learn. Then, which castle we apply? Well, both castle, Mino castle. Why do we apply both castle? Because we want to go for rapid attack. So we do minimalistic castle. The edge is important, as we know. And now we enter almost middle game. Now we prepare for the attack. Yeah, knight jumps in. And those moves require understanding that you're trying to wait. Now the question is, did we fall for a trap? As we see in the end, Sente wasn't the best, which means our opening idea wasn't perhaps the best. Whenever it was a mistake in the opening or the end game, that's hard to tell. The computer says that here, perhaps this move wasn't the best. So maybe our opening wasn't the best. Like this, the last move in particular. So maybe we should study here how to avoid it, and so on. Probably it's gonna say silver up. This is what the book is going to explain to us next week as well, if we do that. That the silver has to come up. Yeah, we learned a new thing. When does the middle game start? Right here. Around here, this is the middle game. This is Shikake, this night jump. This is where Gote says, I'm gonna destroy you. This is where they start attacking. This is middle game. And what happened? We are prepared. We have a castle. We have active pieces. They have active pieces. We are prepared. Which means our opening was enough. Anyway, questions. Do you have more questions? The problem is that Yagura, I can be like, oh, they are over attacking. I have to do this and this and this. The same doesn't exist in Aigakari. I mean, it's different opening, different things to look at naturally. Where was that game that we were looking at here? Well, you said you don't want the basics, but you do need basics. Like, for example, here, pound 5-5 is an unusual move, and it disturbs the silver development. Like, if you don't know the basics, you wouldn't understand that. Now the question is, how do you attack from here? Well, the castle, the silver goes to the left instead. Yeah, now the boggin is the problem. We have to realize that. So we defend against boggin. Now bishop exchange happened and suddenly we're in bishop exchange territory. Then if you know bishop exchange, it's gonna be very similar. So shogi isn't difficult, and double static rook isn't difficult. It isn't easy, and this is why like I have trouble with it as well. Sometimes it's very counterintuitive. Here, silver moving backwards also. Like, why are you doing this? Well, we don't want to weaken our castle. And suddenly it doesn't look like Aigakari, yeah? Who is the character in your profile picture? Myself. I used to have long hair. The way you tell they're over-attacking Jäger should be all the same given the opening. So if they are over-attacking, you can defend it all and you have to counter-attack, yeah? Like counter-attack is important in those games. So here is a different style Aigakari, yeah? Much more slower. And it looks like bishop exchange. The bishops will eventually get exchanged and suddenly we're in bishop exchange territory. So like it's not that different. But if you don't like both bishop exchange and Aigakari, then you should play Gangi or Yagura, basically. There is no other answer. Endgame, yeah. I prefer short hair. What opening would you recommend to a beginner like me to start looking as Gote? For Rook? Yeah. It depends if you prefer static or ranging, swinging rook. Like if you're center, you can choose your opening, right? You decide. As Gotha, it's more reactive. So like here, Melkor has trouble which opening to choose. Like you have to choose one. Whenever it's Yagura, which probably I would recommend for a beginner to like learn a solid castle and then attack. Or 4-5 rook, which also is like waiting for the attack and then counter-attacking. Did you have doubts about your career and maybe I should to take care something else instead of shogi? You should take care. I mean, I was studying IT, got licensed in IT, so my idea was if it doesn't work out, I can always work in IT. It's not, yeah, backup plan, I guess. I had one. Now I'm in weirder space because I did succeed, but also like medium success. Yeah, I'm not strong enough to like earn enough money, but also not weak because I became pro. And now I'm in this weird spot where what do I do with my life now? For now, I'm, as you can see, teaching shogi online. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, if I do that, I guess I should do it more seriously on YouTube, making those videos and so on, which I'm working on scheduling. To make career out of it, I guess. But also a little bit demotivating factor is now that I have a husband and he earns enough money. It's like, oh, I don't have to do that, but like I have to force myself to do something, right? I could be doing nothing. It's just that I still want to teach you guys. And if I want to teach you guys, maybe I could take it like on another level. And also, if I don't study myself, like, how can I call myself a teacher if I don't know this new Josek and so on? It would be a little bit hypocritical, right? So there is a lot of stuff here. This way it's difficult. Yeah, basics are always good. Ureshino is something that there isn't enough English material about. I don't know if it's good opening in general. Okay, like in the past you would say solid castle. Nowadays it's like all crazy. So it's also hard to say like what you should learn exactly. If you're a chess player, maybe you will enjoy stuff like Ureshino, like just attack. Yoko Fudori and stuff. Depends on you, what you wanna learn, yeah? What type of shogi do you enjoy? Do you like slow development or do you just wanna tactics? Depending on that, you should try different stuff. Yep, removes the hunger, yeah, kinda. I mean, it's like my ambition was to become pro, and now that I'm here, it's like, okay. So what next? Like, you know, like, it's like quite funny position. A tactics, Jesus. A tactic. A tactic, Lincoln, a tactic. A tactic. A tactic. At a tactic. I don't know. At tactic. By the way, I don't know if you saw the earlier, but red is actually having advantage in single chess in high level engine play despite the queen. Oh really? That's interesting. I thought queen is like very strong. I guess they have some additional properties that's like, as you said, like there are pieces that were buffed, some new rules, probably this balances the queen. Getting hungry. Need to start preparing lunch. Alright guys, I will send you to Shogi Lifestyle, who's talking about WSL right now and reading Better Moves for Better Shogi, which by the way has the basics of Aigakari in it. So good luck there, and I will see you Saturday. Yeah, thanks for coming. And if you have more questions, you know, we have this Discord, if you guys didn't know. Shogi Harbour. I will be there if you need more answers, yeah? See you next time!